playing flag football and who's going crazy?
Jesus Christ, this
My
guy,
bad, dude.
Mike Koenig.
Oh yeah. He was Mossing dudes. He was looking like a real college athlete out there. When you put him up against a bunch of bloggers, that's what's gonna happen. He's Mossing dudes. He's getting to the next level in flag football, which is honestly kind of just dangerous in a way. And I'm just glad Mike Koenig was playing at 60% instead of his. Because I saw the play where he got down the field and he just knocked the guy over, and it was just like,
he didn't. It wasn't
you
like
can tell he's like going like 40%.
There was
that guy had to block Mason Grant. You know what I mean? Like, you had to block him.
There was a report of, I think it was an SEC team or a Big Ten team or somebody was talking about what NIL agents are asking for. And it was a laundry list of things, including like preferred walk-on spots and game tickets and all this stuff. And the last thing that
what do you mean they're asking? Like, who are these agents?
The NIL agents, like representing college players in the transfer portal. And like the final thing that these guys were asking for is sideline or field passes for the agents.
But they're asking for, why are they asking for preferred walk-ons?
That was just in the report. I'm assuming like if I come, my friend comes too, type of deal. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that makes sense. That's always been a thing, kind of, to be honest.
But I thought the funny part in there was like, if you're the NIL agent and you're like, how do I recruit this kid to my school? It's like, oh, if you give me sideline passes, I'll tell him to come here. It's like, that's a crazy thing to say. How can you in any way, shape, or form frame that that's about the athlete?
That's the one thing I'm really concerned about with the sport. Like I like that the kids are able to go to the portal and get NIL. I know there's good agents, but there's also plenty of bad agents, selfish, not self-interested, not looking out for the kid. That's what I'm worried about, right? I want to ensure that, and maybe I can think of a way. This could be my $1 million idea in terms of trying to find a way to ensure that these kids are being represented with the best intentions and not being taken advantage of. And as we evolve and less freshmen are going to be, these Bryce Underwood deals and who's the tight end from Mater Dei that went to USC, Mark Bowman, right? Like those deals aren't going to be as common in the future. That money is going to be allocated toward guys in the portal, as the roster stacking that's happening in college basketball, a lot easier to do. It's quicker to turn into that smaller rosters, right? That is going to start happening in college football now with, obviously Indiana winning the way that they did through the portal, 2 years turnaround, most wins in college football during that 2-year stretch. That's how it's going to end up being. I guess to my point around the agents, like my worry is that representation just not having the best intentions and leading kids in the wrong direction and kind of like missing the plot a little bit, right? Obviously, go get your money, go get your bag, but like these kids' dreams are to go play in the NFL and to at least get a shot to do that. And, maybe the money grab now isn't the best way to do it, is my point. And yeah, maybe there's a kid that maybe doesn't have crazy NFL aspirations, but he's a good college football player, and that's a different situation in and of itself. But I just want to make sure that these kids are being represented in the right way and they're not being fed bad information by selfish agents. And I'm not saying all are bad. I'm just saying.
No, I'm with you.
There's always bad apples in everything. Right.
It's an extremely unregulated industry. Me and you could literally be NIL agents right now. Mm-hmm. There is no like.
I should be. I'd be really good. I'd be awesome.
But that's the thought process like a college freshman has, and then they like go tell their buddy like I'll represent you in the portal. Like I've watched sports my whole life, and then they get in these conversations, then they ask for helicopters and shit. And you're like, what are you even talking about?
I've had people tell me that I should be Fernando's agent. I'm not gonna name names. You remember that? No, I'd be good at it, but don't have.
Fernando definitely doesn't need any help.
Yeah, his team's doing really well. I think they do better than I am right now. I don't know if I'd be getting him in the Fallon spot. To be honest. I don't know if I'd be able to pull that off, quite honestly. And the LinkedIn deal and the deals at the wazoo for that kid.
Planet Fitness. The Planet Fitness thing was absolutely hilarious. Did you see the quote that led to this?
He's trying to
and in the most endearing way, I called him
endorsement fishing.
He's a walking billboard. Like he's
endorsement fishing. Yeah, he's literally just wants the Planet Fitness.
He's the king of LinkedIn. Are you kidding me? Like this dude is getting it's like in 2K when you're like, let me do this endorsement. Everything's green for that guy. All the doors are open. And he's walking through them. Like these are all the opportunities that he said no to during the season because he was working, and now he has a bunch of time and he's just stacking these deals. It's like the fact that he told the country that he was been working out at the Bloomington Planet Fitness because Sig kicked him out of the facility is hysterical. 1, 2, the fact that people actually thought that was real when there's been not a single ounce of media about Fernando Mendoza working out at the local Planet Fitness. What are we talking about? Like, that was insane. I can't believe people bought that. But like he's wearing the Planet Fitness thing. Everyone's asking him about it. You know what I mean? It was excellent product placement. But yeah, he was all over the place. Like I didn't even realize he was out in San Francisco. And then he also seeing the busing with the boys guys. Like he's sitting down with Kay Adams. He was on with Cowherd. Like guy's a superstar.
Yeah, he is. He deserves it. He deserves that little kind of Super Bowl week media tour. Definitely deserves it. He's the consensus 1 pick. I don't think that happens if there's another guy chomping at the bit for it, right? It's basically a done deal. He's going to be the 1 pick. Who's going to be picking at 1 still to be determined.
Do you want to guess what his odds are, Brad, on FanDuel?
Probably like minus 2,000. Minus 5,000. Minus 10,000.
Minus 7,000.
Okay, that sounds right.
Although I'm not going to lie to you, Brad, I had 5 minutes today where I was like convinced he was going to be a Jet. And I was having an existential crisis of like, is this a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. But
are they even offering the field for the first overall pick? Like as a bet? To be like basically betting that Fernando's not the first overall pick?
That would be, I wonder what, you'd probably get decent odds on that.
Yeah, it would be juiced up. You want to know a play that I like on FanDuel?
What's that, Brad?
Sakamoto to win the women's figure skating gold medal singles minus 105, baby. Lock it in. Lock it in, baby. It's free money. She was so dialed. She was dialed in the team event. 7-time world champ. She's got it this year. It's a lock. Just free money. Anyways. Sorry, FanDuel. I'm going to lose you money on this one. It's on me. Unless they somehow – and maybe they're going to rig her. Now I'm worried that I gave it out that they're going to rig it for me.
I don't think you got that type of market pull, Brad. I think we're all right.
You're going to press the button.
No, it's funny. It's the prediction markets are the places to house these ridiculous bets, but whatever. Riley
Sakamoto.
No, not
a ridiculous bet.
No, I know that's not what I was talking about. Maybe like Fernando versus the field type of thing. Like I don't know if a sports book would even house that.
Yeah.
You're losing. It's a nobody. Like, he's gonna be the number 1 pick. And if they even if the Raiders decide that they like Bailey or Bain or Caleb Downs, right? Like, and they trade the pick, whoever trades up to 1 is taking Mendoza. Like he's the guy.
Yeah.
Riley Nowakowski, Brad. Obviously, we know how good he was this year because we watched him play. But to see the actual Pro Football Focus graded number, 4th highest graded tight end in Power 4 football, Brad.
Not surprised.
Not surprised at all. Not where we thought he was going to be when we talked about where he would fit into this roster as we were like building up into the spring and summer last year. But obviously, watching the guy play and what he put on the field, like that, not surprising at all. Something that was a little surprising, Brad, is I was going through and I was trying to find, I don't remember what I was doing. I was looking at old tweets, trying to look at receipts maybe or find old pictures, or I don't even know. But I stumbled across a tweet from right before the spring game where Cignetti was talking about how the roster broke down. And it was when he officially named Alberto Mendoza the quarterback 2. And he's talking about the top line wide receivers going into 2025. And he names, obviously, he names Surratt, he names Coop, and he names EJ. And he also named Charlie Becker.
We gotta listen, or at least I gotta
April
listen. 17th. I didn't listen.
Not enough people listen to the guy when he speaks, but yeah, he was and he is somebody who's openly acknowledged. Like he was on Bison Drop, and they dropped the 30 minutes unfiltered with Sig. We'll cover that in a little bit, but yeah, Becker is a guy who, like, yeah, they knew what they had in him, but it's also somebody who needed an opportunity to be created to really go put it on the field.
Yeah.
Bison Drop, Brad. Bison Drop's been having a massive, massive couple weeks. Bison Drop right now has Lamar Wilkerson's shorts from the 44-point game signed live. There's a Big Ten poster with Sig's signature on it. The social drop right now is Jeremy Gray's PA notes from the Wisconsin basketball game. But the big news, obviously, that made super headlines from Bison Drop was Curt Cignetti's headset saw $90,000 in bidding back and forth, basically between these two guys in the last hour of the bid. The headset officially sold for $112,000.
That's an insane number. That's college. That's crazy.
That's what that is. I mean, to be frank, Brad, that's what a player costs. Basically, it's like a high school player. Like that's how much you have to pay a guy to get him to come to your school. That's essentially like Indiana sold Curt Cignetti's headset to afford another recruit.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's do that more. Let's do more of that.
More. Yes. That's incredible. It's a wild way to think about that, right? But insane. Respectable Adam won the social drop for the confetti, which warmed my heart a little bit because I'm a Respectable Adam guy. Thought that was really cool. And then obviously, like as I said, there's a bunch of different auctions on right now. If you want Lamar, like they're gonna need to. I don't know if they can keep taking things from Lamar Wilkerson if he's gonna keep putting up performances like that. But yeah, Bison Drop absolutely on fire. Tyson Brown, official Brad. And like we just talked about, we got the first workout video. Chapter 3 officially started.
Love that. Saw some good things.
I saw a lot of good things. A lot of Roe Hardy, which warms my heart, obviously. A lot of Bones Jones, Charlie Becker in a vocal role, Tyreek Tucker in a vocal role. A lot of really, really cool stuff coming out. It's just when you get these little nuggets, right? And obviously it's 40 seconds and the guys are running and this is the first time that we've seen the 2026 Indiana Hoosiers in any type of team capacity together. So really, really exciting stuff.
Yeah. And when it comes to those little clips, I feel like we do a really good job of pulling the most out of those little picks and figuring out like who's going to play. We saw a lot of Jaja Boyd, and he ended up being a more of a 2 role and didn't really get in. Hence him. I have him on a list of potential boomerangs because, you know, he's one of the few transfers over the last couple of years to leave and go to another Power 4 school. So it's almost like he's leaving to go get that starting experience that he probably won't be able to get here as a redshirt sophomore. And good for him. And do that. Get your development elsewhere. Always welcome back. We'll see what works out for him. But like we're able to pull like all these little things, these little tidbits from these. And I think the big things that stuck out was leaders being established, Charlie Becker, Tyreek Tucker, leading a couple huddles, and like no surprises here. We knew those guys were going to come in and be like top leaders on this team. Charlie Becker's an obvious team captain candidate, as well as Tyreek Tucker being one of the more senior guys, the last of the James Madison 13 still on the team. So like right off the bat, like those two guys probably are the captains of defense and offense respectively right now.
Full blown agree. And then I forgot to mention when we talked about Fernando Mendoza doing his San Francisco media tour that when he sat down with Kay Adams, he talked about Grant Wilson being the glue of the football team. And he talked about Grant Wilson told Fernando that he wasn't going to touch Fernando's Heisman because Wilson was going to win it this year and it would be bad luck.
Goofball. You need guys on the team like that. I think when Fernando called him the glue, I actually don't even think that was a lie. Like when you're going through the dog days of winter workouts, the dog days of summer, fall camp, spring camp, you need a guy to kind of lighten things up every once in a while, especially when you're working with Coach Sig, right? Everything's all serious all the time. There's something to that. Like there were guys on my football team where that was their role. Like they were, you know, kind of the goofballs, like good players, you know, right? Like the one I'm thinking of walked on at UCLA. Like he wasn't like a bad football player, but he was like kind of the light up, you know, keep things light around the locker room. Like, that's important because it's a year-long grind. It never stops. They played the championship game, 3 weeks ago, and they're already back to it. Like, it's a grind, man. They don't get much time off, if ever, right? And yeah, you need people like that on your ball club. And the fact that we were able to get him back through a waiver, fantastic. I think the fact Cignetti knows how to build not just a roster, but also just a really good locker room. Because when you're in those lower ranks, right, it really does come down to like how much talent disparity is there in Division III, right? Like, probably not super high. And what comes down to it is strong locker rooms. And Cignetti always found a way to have one. So he was able to figure things out and learn, and hence winning a national title once he got his shot here. And shout out Grant Wilson, number two in your program, 6'3", 220, redshirt graduate. Stud. All right. Love it.
We are getting Grace Burger bobblehead night, Brad, on February 28th at Assembly Hall.
What a legend.
A legend. It is allegedly Grace Burger. There were some complaints about whether or not the bobblehead actually looked like Grace, but an absolute legend. Somebody who, our mutual friend, actually friend of the show, guest on the show, Justin Berger, called her games in high school when we were in college. So obviously huge fans of Grace Burger. We called her the Cuz, and pumped to see her get honored like that, and really cool. That meant something to me, Brad.
Actually, one of my favorite women's basketball players of all time. She was a really good ball handler for her size in that sport. Basically projected like size-wise like a 2-3, but she was a straight-up point guard, like kind of like she's almost like, if I wanted to compare her to the men's game, she's a lot like a Kyle Anderson, where tall point guard, can distribute the wealth, can rebound well for her position, can score, can basically can do it all. It's just like a walking triple-double threat every night. And yeah, she deserves the ball at night. Good for her. She deserved a better shot in the WNBA. I never understood why she was having such a tough time. She's so skilled, right? Like, maybe she was like pretty strong physically as well. I was always pretty surprised that she had trouble getting a shot, like a real shot in the WNBA. I've always found that fascinating. So I'm glad she's getting her shine again. An important alum in IU athletics, modern history.
I agree. We saw we got alerted to, Brad, and kind of like a random Curt Cignetti stand. Did you see this on the timeline this week?
Curt Cignetti, what? A stand? What?
A stand.
A stand? Like a fan?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm with you.
Kevin Durant, Brad.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. I was telling all my friends about it. I was like, holy shit. KD just tweeted about Curt Cignetti. He knows who Curt Cignetti is. What was cool about that is that not only did he name Curt Cignetti, he named LeBron he named like Michael Jordan, Batman, Spider-Man, like literally all the GOATs. Like, you know what I mean? Like all like the sickest people. And Cignetti's just on that list, like, and being tweeted by probably the greatest ISO scorer of all time and Kevin Durant, or just like, I don't know, scorer, pick your spot guy. Like, I don't know, so many like different, what do you call them?
Types of scorers.
Well, not like types of scorers, but just like, I don't know, just like there's so many different like levels to it and intricacies where it's like, yeah, he's like one of the best scorers. He's a 7-foot shooting guard and one of the best scorers to ever do it. And to hear it from a guy like KD, like that's so cool. That is so cool that he named
it. Matters.
I love how he threw in Jane Daniels too, because he's a Commanders fan, so he's just like, yeah, Jane Daniels. Like, it's so funny.
No, it's an awesome list. But just to be mentioned in that light is massive, not only for fans of Indiana, but in like recruiting too. Like, you want to be like, that is an unbelievably cool thing to have Kevin Durant be like, yeah, I'm a fan of that guy. So I don't know, that shit matters.
Selling the program, selling it.
I would like to point out, not that
Eddie brings him in to talk to the team. That'd be pretty cool. I'm just
gonna say 700 likes when I retweeted it. 4.4K. Would it have gotten there anyway? Probably, but we'll fuel the Kevin Durant fire.
Yeah, we love KD. Fan of the Hoosiers. Known Hoosier fan, Kevin Durant. Texas alum, known Hoosier fan. Or not alum, but Texas player.
No, I think it's alum. He's not a graduate if he didn't graduate. I think he's
alums are graduates. You have to be a graduate to be an alum.
We'll have to be stat corrected on that. I'm not sure.
Maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong about that because when we do the alums on the preview, sometimes we talk about guys that dropped out. So I might be wrong on that.
We'll need the stat correction.